A shot of Riverwalk here in San Antonio, Texas, as we get set for the Valero Alamo Bowl and a matchup between the Oregon Ducks and the Longhorns of Texas. And it'll be Mack Brown's final time on the sideline after 16 years as the head coach of the Texas Longhorns. And Ledge, he's going to come in as a big underdog against a 10th-ranked Oregon team. For his Longhorns to have a chance, what do they have to do tonight?
Well, I think first and foremost, they have to run the football. Now, the bad news is, because of some injuries and suspensions, they're down to only 2 scholarship running backs. The good news is they're both really good players. Joe Bergeron is a junior, a physical runner. He had a foot injury in the Baylor game, only played a couple plays, but he is back. And then to go with Bergeron, they've got Malcolm Brown, who has really been the workhorse down the stretch of the season. Over the last 3 weeks, his carries have gone from 20 to 26 a game. He's averaged over 100 yards. They have to run the football and set up some play-action passing for Case McCoy.
Power running teams have been a problem for Oregon, but they don't have problem scoring. One of the highest scoring teams in the country. In the first 8 weeks of the season, they were one of the best teams in the country. Which Oregon team do we see tonight?
Yeah, that's the question, because in the month of November, they struggled. I think a big part of that was the knee injury to their quarterback, Marcus Mariota. Supposedly, he is close to 100% healthy. They've had some time off. It'll be very interesting to see how healthy they are as a team and how motivated they are to play here in the Alamo Bowl.
Fun matchup tonight here in San Antonio. The Longhorns and the Ducks coming up when they get done with Ole Miss and Georgia Tech in Music City.
Brad and Ledge, they are done with that one, but we are getting you there in a moment. And, of course, those guys will be excited to see Mack Brown in his final game. You know, I'm kind of sentimental with this right now because Mack Brown, I don't think there are many guys out there that you meet who are nicer guys than Mack Brown. But the bottom line is, especially at Texas, if you don't win, they're going to let you know about this. Your feelings on Mack?
Mack's been terrific, in my opinion. And I think when you look at the things that he's been able to do for college football, not only at Texas but at North Carolina, he's always been a winner. He's taken care of his players. He's always showed them the right way to play, the right way to behave. And I think when you look at Texas, he resuscitated that program. That program was down until Mack got there and brought them back to prominence. So he's done some terrific things, not only for Texas but for college football. Sad to see him go, but he's had a tremendous career. Congratulations, Mack Brown.
I knew Mack Brown was a head football coach before he went to North Carolina. And he is just a class individual. I couldn't agree with you more. There's never been a scandal. There's never been any problems. There's never been any stories about his athletes or the way he does things. He just treats people the right way. He's the type of individual you'd like your son to play for. And I'm glad he's going out in the state of Texas because that stadium will be absolutely jammed, paying tribute to an outstanding individual. And I'll tell you, Dale Royal was a guy I always had as an idol, held up. I'm sure there are a lot of young coaches holding Mack Brown up now as their idol. You know what's interesting? People almost paint this as a picture of like it's a going-out party at the end of his career, like he's this old gentleman. He's 62.
Yeah, he's
the same age as Nick Saban.
Yeah.
So guess what? Mack Brown will surface somewhere else if he wants to. How does his team win the game tonight?
I think first and foremost, they've got to stop Marcus Mariota from running the football, the Oregon quarterback. He's averaged over 7 yards a carry. The problems that Texas has had this year, not stopping good running quarterbacks. Against Taysom Hill from Brigham Young, 259 yards on the ground. We just saw Bo Wallace from Ole Miss. He averaged close to 5 yards a carry when they beat Texas this year. So they've got to find a way to slow down the running game of the Oregon Ducks. And not only that, they've got to find a way to slow down Marcus Mariota because when he's healthy, and he's healthy right now, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and he's the best running quarterback in the nation. I don't care if they hold him to -5 yards. The key to this football game is Case McCoy. He's made some great throws, 11 touchdowns. He's also thrown 11 interceptions. He hadn't been effective enough on third down. He doesn't run the ball very well. His brother, Colt McCoy, was a great runner, a great passer. Now, he can make some great throws. But this is one game where he's going to have to put the Texas offense on his back and carry it. Can he do that? I don't know. I hope he can, because anytime Texas is good is when they have great quarterback play. When you look at Vince Young, you look at Colt McCoy. That was a large reason why they went 9 years with 10 wins.
Those guys aren't coming through the locker room anytime soon. No. You know, like Larry Bird with the Celtics. He's not coming through that locker room anytime soon. Who's going to win this game first of all, and who's the key player?
If Oregon has the right mental attitude, because you heard some of the players before the game, well, we've already played in the Rose Bowl, or you didn't get to the Rose Bowl. If you've got the right mental attitude going into this game, they have better athletes, they have a better offense, one of the top offenses in the nation. If they can play this game offensively without turning the ball over, I think this may not get close. This may be a little ugly. Because Oregon's offense, they're just a highly talented offense.
If they protect the football and score when they have the opportunity, but don't have turnovers, I think they're going to play him awfully, awfully well. I think Texas is good. Texas won some big games. I mean, they beat an Oklahoma. They beat a very good Kansas State team. So they are capable, but it comes down to the quarterback.
They were in the hunt for the Big 12 championship down to the
last game.
So this is a Texas team that is capable. Anything you want to disclose before we go to the game?
My grandson's on the Texas football team. Go Horns!
All right, well, that's a little bit more than you gave us last time. You just wanted to tell us his name, and maybe at some point he'll get into the game, and if quarterback play...
No, I don't think that'll happen, but let's hope. Hook 'em Horns! That means we're number 2.
There's a coach's opening there. We'll talk about that at halftime. We'll see you then.
San Antonio, Texas, 80 miles south of Austin, where Mack Brown has spent 16 years as the head coach at the University of Texas. Tonight, that book will close as the final chapter in his brilliant career is written here in the Alamo Dome. The third highest ranked team ever to play here provides the opposition, led by one of the nation's elite quarterbacks. The 10th ranked Ducks of Oregon. The Longhorns of Texas. The Valero Alamo Bowl is next. Let's go! And we welcome you to the 2013 Valero Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. And our matchup, a battle between the Pac-12 and the Big 12. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Longhorns of Texas. Welcome to San Antonio, everybody, and happy holidays. Brad Nessler along with Todd Blackledge. Oregon comes in as a number 3 team in the nation in scoring, Todd. They started off brilliantly, 8-0 on the season. They got as high as number 2 in the BCS. Then they hit a little rocky road in November, and we find out now there might be a reason for that.
Well, everybody knew that Marcus Mariota, their quarterback, got banged up down the stretch, but the severity was pretty much unknown. He had a partial tear in his left MCL in the UCLA game. He never complained, he never made an excuse, and he never missed a snap down the stretch. But clearly, the Oregon offense was missing a dynamic part of it without him as a running threat. Now, he is maybe not 100%, but he's healthier now than he's been in a long time, and I expect him to play extremely well for this Oregon offense tonight.
They are coming off a win, dramatic fashion in the Civil War in beating their arch rivals from Oregon State in the final 29 seconds. So they come into this 10-2 on the season, 7-2 in Pac-12 play. And the Ducks of Oregon about set to take the field here at the Alamo Dome. They will take flight right now. They have a very great following, but still this place is full of burnt orange. And there's a reason for that. Because for Texas fans, they're going to remember the Alamo, whether it's win or lose tonight, because it's Mack Brown's final time on the sideline after 16 seasons and 158 wins. If he gets to 159, what do his Longhorns have to do tonight to pull an upset?
You know, Oregon likes to use the slogan, win the day. For Texas, it's win the line of scrimmage. They must win the game up front. Defensively, their front, which is one of the strengths of their team, has to be disruptive in the run game and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback when they try to throw the football. And on offense, they must run the football. And if you want to benchmark, 200 yards is the number. Under Mack Brown, when the Longhorns run for 200 or more, they're 81-2.
They started off the season 1-2. Then they put it together, and they, in fact, played for the Big 12 title in their loss to Baylor in their last outing. So it's one more chance to make their coach a happy man. After a great career at North Carolina, 16 years in Austin as the head man, and it all comes to a close tonight. One more pregame interview for Mack Brown, and it's with Holly Rowe.
Well, Coach, you've been adamant that you don't want this game tonight to be about you, that you want the focus on your team. So what is it that they do need to focus on to win against Oregon tonight?
Well, Oregon's a great team. They're a BCS caliber team. They've got tremendous speed. A team that 4 or 5 weeks ago could have been playing for the national championship. We got to be us. Got to run the ball, Got to try to stop the run, get them in long yardage situations. We got to hit some key passes, and they've been really good in the kicking game. So we've got to be better than them tonight in the kicking game.
You say running the football is crucial. You've had some depletion on your offensive line. You're down to 2 scholarship running backs. What will be the biggest challenge you have to overcome to run the ball?
Well, let's hope we've got it enough, and they're really tired, and that's an issue, Holly. But right now, it's not an issue. We're going to play.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
On the other side is Mark Helfrich in his first year as the head coach of the Ducks of Oregon. And he said to us yesterday, it's been like a 3-day coaching clinic being around Mack Brown. Kind of a mentorship in a hurry over the last 48 hours or so. And Nick Aliotti, another longtime great, the defensive coordinator, 22 years. He's been on the Oregon staff. This will be his final game tonight. He's decided to retire, and he's one of the classics in all of college football. Max got the headset on one more time, looking for his 245th career win. And, of course, the College Football Hall of Fame will come calling when he's done. The eyes of Texas indefinitely were upon him all those years. Second only to Darrell Royal in victories in Austin. Texas won the football.